Well, it looks like top brokers are leaving the big firms in New York and like Morgan Stanley and stuff. And what they're doing is they're going out on their own. But you know what they're taking with them? Clients. Clients. See, nothing's like an entity, you know. It's composed of people. You know, even when they say, you know, it's just the whole game, you know, with this bullshit. Because, you know, you could even say like, you know, General Motors was losing money. Oh! Yeah, but somebody was making money. They could have been losing money because of officers' salaries. Right? But, you know, this is the one thing that always gets me with a lot of people, man. Especially when they first get money. They always do this. They they got to go with the big name because it's impressive with the polished marble and all this other garbage. And that's all the sales pitch. That's all it is. You know? I mean, they could be having all these different, you know, it's all like to kind of get this feeling that your money's safe in the bank. That's why they got all the polished marble. I mean, it could be as big as a hot dog stand. You probably have a lot more money to pay you interest. But no. You got to have all this other stuff. See, that's the same kind of game that goes on with the big firms, too. But what's going on in Wall Street, though, is the brokers are taking a hike out of the big names and are just going off on their own. And they're taking the most valuable thing that the big names have, which is clients. Sayonara, man. Sayonara. See you. So, you know, but you know, that's another thing that's going on, because actually sometimes you're usually better off with an independent guy like that, because if you don't produce, you know, hey. But, you know, when you're talking to big names, it's almost like you don't know what the hell's going on, because a lot of times they're playing games with their clients too, and they're screwing their clients over. You heard these kind of rumors going on with Goldman Sachs before, where they were actually shafting their clients, you know. That, you know, the smaller guys really can't do that. But a lot of people just don't realize, you know, how much money these brokers make. Even these little brokers, man, they're making way over $100,000 a year for maybe having, you know, $15-20 million under their, you know, in their clients' money that they're supposedly managing. They don't do nothing. You know, the client calls them up, hey, yeah, I tell you to sell, oh, give me a statement. You know, they're not really advising their clients on anything. It's just that the clients happen to invest with that firm, and this broker gets that kind of money. A lot of people don't realize this crap, man. And you know, you almost have to think, how the hell is like the funds that are actually metals, and they say there's so much gold, so much silver, so much platinum, so much palladium, or whatever the hell it is. How are those funds actually paying all these fees for all these people that are managing these funds and all the office space and everything? You know, all the metals can't actually be in there. You know, they really can't. They really can't. You know, if the thing says you got, you know, $100 million worth of freaking gold and there's some fund someplace, and it's always remaining, it's reflecting, you know, there's always this many ounces and the price is moving with the price of gold. How is the fees for all the brokers and all the overhead in the offices and all the people in the office that, you know, push paper around and call up phones and, you know, answer the phone and junk like that, or whatever the hell they got, how is that all being paid for? Out of that gold, out of the funds, right? So how does the gold always stay the same, right? That's one thing I always say, you know, even though I can't see it physically, I got to use a little deduction as to, you know, there's a paper charade game going on. The FDIC is not Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, is not guaranteeing these ETFs. They're not guaranteeing them. So when there's a collapse, goodbye with the ETFs. Sayonara, they're done. But I'm not agreeing with Pastor LW that everything on a piece of paper is going to zero. Some things are going to zero, and some things are going to go way the hell up. Because that jerk don't know anything. I'm going to tell you that right now. He doesn't know anything. But, you know, what I'm saying is that there's certain areas that, you know, you can just use a little common sense deduction without even, you know, because you really can't get the proof. You know, you're not going to be able to go around and say, yeah, do you really have this much of these commodities in these ETFs? No, you don't. No, you don't. Not at all. They don't. They don't. And there's no backing, no guarantee, no nothing. That's just the way it is. But the elite are still going to make money on paper. Because, you know, they'll short the markets or whatever they got to do. Whatever somebody's losing, somebody's making money. But, you know, the one thing that's actually looking like a major trend is like maybe the too big to fails are going to start failing. Because their number one resource, actually, it's all service. It's all service. In other words, you know, Morgan Stanley, it's not the bank, it's not the building, it's not where it's located, it's not because, you know, the reputation helps a little bit, but it's actually its top brokers. And now if the top brokers are leaving and they're taking their clients with them, those guys are going to be going down. And that looks like a major trend. Because, you know, I think a lot of people, see, people with money aren't stupid. Who are stupid is usually the people that don't have money. What they do is, you know, they try to, they follow around all the fearmongers on YouTube, which I am not a fearmonger. I don't play that game. I don't play that game. But they realize that something's up with the markets, and a lot of people are probably getting out that are smart. That are smart. And they might not necessarily be going to silver, gold, platinum, or palladium, but they might be going to some other areas they think are safer, maybe even foreign currencies. You know, it could be, which is something that Warren Buffett actually has talked about over a year ago. Over a year ago. He doesn't trust the paper dollar too much. He's got him. He's got him, but he doesn't trust it as much. He ain't going to keep saying it every day, though. He said it once. He said it once. He actually went to more foreign currencies. That guy's not stupid. I mean, I don't like the guy, you know, but I mean, he's not stupid. Just like Soros, man. He's got the gold mines. He's shorting the hell out of the S&P. Ain't stupid. And Jim Rogers, you know, I don't like any of these guys. But you know the thing is, they're not stupid. Jim Rogers, he's in agriculture because he realizes that's going to be something that's going to actually, in inflationary times, it ain't going to matter what the hell people, you know, if they will not maybe pay rent on something, but they will not maybe buy big ticket items, but they'll still buy food. So agriculture is going to stay strong. And it'll go up with the, you know, whatever kind of inflation problems we have. Because actually that's going to be coming up. That's going to be coming up. Even though we haven't seen it yet, we will. But it looks like the pressure's on with big Wall Street because everybody's jumping ship, man. The hell with them. The hell with them. You know, it's like somebody maybe up there is the king, and the king is like they're all by himself, and everybody just jumps ship. And well, you know, you're in your castle, buddy. That's all you got, right? You know what I mean? So that's kind of like what's going on with, you know, Morgan Stanley. So it's like those are completely service industries. That's all they are. It's like you got top brokers and you got, you know, it's like if you look at those entities, I just don't want to be too long on this, but if you look at those entities, you know, the real producers are like the top brokers and stuff. It's not, you know, all the other people that are involved. Like, there's people in there that are like, I don't know, updating records or something like that, answering the phone, keeping the track of appointments, and I don't know what the hell else is out there. Maybe doing some of the computer stuff, you know, where they're maintaining the networks and the communications and stuff, whatever the hell else is going on. And there's office maintenance, but the ones that are actually pulling in all the bucks in these big brokerage firms in New York are the top brokers. That's the source of revenue for them, and they're just saying screw it. They're going out on their own. They're getting their own. They got their clients. You know, the clients don't go to most of these firms because you know, Morgan Stanley or something like that, or whatever the hell it is. They go to that broker. So when that broker leaves, but a lot of them are actually bound by contracts. But a lot of these contracts, they end, and a lot of them are just booking. They're saying, "Hell with this deal." They don't want nothing to do with the big firms. They're going out on their own. Because I think a lot of them realize something's coming up, and they want one foot in the exit door, because if they're independent, they could be away from, they got a lot more leverage of what they could do. They get a lot more leverage. A lot more. They're not going to be like on this big battleship where they can't just jump out real easy. They're going to be stuck, like the Titanic. And that's what they're doing. So something is coming up. I just really can't stand the thought of these doom and gloomers, because when something does come up, these doom and gloomers are going to be out there. Hey, I told you. They're idiots, man. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be doing a couple car videos probably tomorrow, and some garbage on fixing up old stuff, you know what I mean? But I really don't like doing these videos as much. I'd rather do the car videos, and because they're real. They're more useful. But I'm just giving you a little insight on what goes on in some of this stuff, because, even these guys on YouTube that are brokers and are telling you all this wonderful advice, they're looking for clients. What the hell are you kidding me, man? Like I said, they'll make it easy. If they got 20 million, they're managing 20 million worth of business. Say they got 20 clients, each got about $1 million average. They got 20 clients. They don't ever call them up, hardly ever. They get 100,000 plus a year off of that, doing nothing. That's what they make. And some make a hell of a lot more than that. They don't do much. Once you got that business, they don't do squat. But like I said, I wonder how the metals funds actually work to pay these brokers in, because it's not just the broker that's getting paid the money. The building's got to be there, the network's got to be there, somebody's got to, they got the people that answer the phone, update the computers, and you know what I mean? I don't know. They're probably selling the precious metals in the ETFs to pay for all that BS. You know what I mean? Anyway, over and out. I just want to give you some more update on that, because and there probably is some junk coming up, for real. But the empire is not going to fall that fast. And let's hope Vladimir Putin don't get the upper hand, because he's the worst alternative. I'll leave you with that thought.